Really good to see Sebastian Vettel back around the Formula One paddock. Essentially, this kicked off a whole bunch of thoughts in my mind, so I guess let's just see where they take us. Sebastian Vettel returns to Suzuka to create a new F1 legacy, B hotels. Ahead of his retirement from Formula One at the end of last year, the four-time world champion said it was the one circuit he'd consider making a one-off return to drive in the future. That was another time where a driver made a joke and it was reported as news. He was joking, everybody. He won the Japanese Grand Prix 4 times and clinched his second world title here in 2011. The race has a special place in his heart. But he wasn't here to race, he came for the bees. This is already sounding like a parody script or something. As part of his push to highlight the global environmental crisis, Vettel came to Japan to launch Abuzz Corner, a new biodiversity project. With the support of F1 and the FIA, Vettel turned Suzuka's Turn 2 into Abuzz Corner. The curbs of the circuit have been painted black and yellow, with the infield at the corner a number of bee hotels. Small wooden huts have been installed to promote biodiversity. His hope is that Suzuka will be the first of many tracks to host similar projects. The idea is to make a buzz, make a noise, and create awareness around the topic. Lean into the joke, Seb. The idea is to make a buzz, make a noise, and create awareness around the topic, especially the loss and decline of biodiversity. Vettel explained to media, including The Atlantic at Suzuka on Thursday. I'm seeing this a lot in F1 media at the moment where they say, Vettel told members of the media, including us, which is like, we get it, you were there. Okay, it's cool. Here's a photo of Abuzz Corner, all the drivers there. Vettel worked with a local artist to design the huts to resemble the Issei Shrine, which is around an hour south of Suzuka. Each hut has 3 floors that can be filled with wood, branches, and twigs that can serve as a food supply, shelter, and nest for the insects in the area. Vettel informed all of the F1 drivers and teams of his plans in the lead up to the Suzuka weekend, prompting the entire grid to come along in support. One hut was reserved for each team, and the drivers being invited to use black and yellow paint to decorate it as they wished. Some drivers wrote their names in large letters, while others put message or drew some artwork. Yuki Tsunoda wrote, "I love bees," in Japanese on the AlphaTauri hut. Look, nothing against bees. I bet bees are great. I'm not a big fan personally, but I hear they're really important. But all this got me thinking about is great bee moments in F1 history, so we're going to recount a whole bunch of them here. Shout out to Michael Taylor, whoever this is, at Michael Danger 19 on X. Fun fact, in the late 90s, Jordan F1 was sponsored by British tobacco brand Benson & Hedges. To get around restrictions in countries where you couldn't advertise cigarettes, they created a Hornet mascot and changed the B&H text to read Buzzin' Hornets. So here's the Benson & Hedges logo here. And then we go to a race where you can't advertise tobacco, and then whoopsie daisy, never mind, it says Buzzin' Hornets now. Pretty great. But I mean, it gets even better. We just strap in because this is a wild ride that we're going on here. Let's check in with old mate Daniel Ricciardo. Let's see how Dan goes when he encounters a bee.
Looks the potential wettest, and then is there a bee you're looking at? That's a really big one.
It was a big old bee. Carry on, sorry.
Is there a bee? You're looking, there's a bee. F1 is technically an outdoor sport, I guess. One of the hazards being bees. Let's check in at what happened when Lando Norris had a run-in with a bee.
Finding talking from you guys.
Sorry?
You can I'll post that link somewhere so you can rewatch it. You barely notice there's a bee, and you barely notice that he reacts there at all. But there was in fact a bee there. I know he handled it with such grace. It was hard to tell. I'd never seen this before, but researching this clip of Lando Norris on a live stream trying to play, like he was like gaming with some F1 people during lockdowns and stuff. And I mean, if you've never seen this clip, you're in for a treat.
It's bigger than a hornet. It's like a bird, man. Hey, that's done. That's done. I told you. They're right next to each other, but I couldn't get one at a time. All right, so I'm going for it. It's been a pleasure.
Taking it
Come
well.
on, Lando, you can do this. 2 for 1.
I've been it's been a standoff.
Poor Lando. You're not even going to believe this, but there's more Lando bee/wasp content to come. The good thing about Lando is that he's really grown into himself as a Formula One driver, and he's also grown into himself as a It's just a person, an adult, who can handle whatever nature throws at him. There's the bee. You get one chance, bee. Whack! Just Street Fighters that bitch right in the face. Incredible. Lando ain't taking any shit from any bees. It's good to see.